Hi, this is Wenzes from Below the Radar Above the System. And today we're going to talk about choosing a field which we want to take on as a challenge. I can only repeat myself over and over again that you should not think that this thing you'll choose now will be the thing you'll do for your life. You start with one thing. If you fail in that specific field, you learn so much more from that, and then you keep going and you can use all this knowledge that you've gotten through that experience in order to be more successful in the future. Every step, every time you fail at something, you're getting a step closer to success. This is something you have to get into your head, because we tend to not do something because we think, oh, this is not gonna work, that we don't like this. This is not going to be the end goal, what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. So you have to take little steps here and there. And now we come to the main point, which is complexity. When you think about the things you're good at, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people don't actually know how good you are at these things. And I'm also sure that you don't even know exactly how good you are. You have a sense that in the specific field, you know things better, but you can't really express it, or it's not, or it's so complex that the people around you don't really understand it. And I want to give you a quick example for this. I come from a very scientifically oriented family. My aunt is a nuclear physics professor. My mom has like a master's in math and so on. And I was kind of always trimmed in that, pushed in that field when I was in school. But I actually liked it. That was something I liked doing. I'm in finance, but I was never as good at them. I really realized quite soon that I was not good with details. Like when I was in school and people asked me about, how to do this or how to derive a solution and so on. I knew always how to help them, but when it came to the tests or the exams, I never was like one of the best, because I failed to do all the little bitty details that come with it, where you have to like be really aware of everything. I forgot like a little bit here and there, but I always knew that there's this complex understanding of me. But while I was in school, not many people knew that around me. They said, oh, she's good in math, but that's how far as it went. They didn't have the understanding, or neither did I, to understand how well-rounded my abilities are. So what I did then is I kind of like took the step into getting more and more complex things. I started doing finance in college. I did my master's in finance, and the higher the degree was, or the complexity, the more obvious it became that I had knowledge, or I had ways of thinking, which is pretty much my NI, which we all share, that could give me, which could help me if you have a situation where chaos exists and when you don't know everything, you can like get a solution. And even in college, it was better. Like the group always got smaller and smaller of people who could do that. And I always chose the most complex field, always the things that interest me the most, but which I knew were like the most difficult. Because if when I was at this job and I started in the beginning, when you knew you have to like kind of also do planning and so on, and I was good at these things. Like you could tell there was something, but there were other people who can also do the same job. But I was able to pursue my personal goal, which was to get involved with derivatives, which is like highly risky financial product, and I consult banks. And well, we came to a place where I was in my late 20s, and when the biggest investment bank in this country needed advice in a specific derivative solution, the only person they could pretty much call was me. We have a company of 3,000 people, and they called me. There are other things which I know I'm not that good at. I don't plan perfectly. I'm not good with detail work. But when it comes to complex ideas, this is where you're gonna stand out, because then those are things that only you can do and others can't. It's always those fields that I recommend that you follow. It doesn't have to be math. That was just like a freaky thing I like to do. But whatever you do, and this is something you have to listen to yourself. Like, think about things that interest you, and where you think you have a certain understanding about it, but nobody around you like really gets it, so you kind of just blow it off. You're probably onto something, and you should like really get into this, because there are people who need that exact information. Remember, you're not the type of person to give broad information about a lot of things. You are the person who wants to understand something to the core, and who's able to grasp really complex ideas. It doesn't have to be science. It can be anything, whatever it can be. It can be art. It can be a creative thing. It can be just some kind of understanding, because understanding things to their core and getting like pretty much putting the puzzle pieces together from like like a black hole, and just putting something together and making a solution. That's what INFJs are good at, and this is what you should concentrate. And the more specific you get, the more your abilities are gonna stand out. Because if you do something that a lot of people can do, it will never get obvious that you're like really good at that, like at that thing. So choose fields which are like really specific, which not a lot of people do, which are searched for but not much, and become an expert. Become an expert, and always remember, it doesn't have to be one thing. Just start off from something, and you always from each failure you learn and you get better. And just take on challenges. Whatever your job is right now, whatever you do right now, chose the more challenging thing, and like keep challenging yourself. And this is the main direction. And I'm also going to talk about next time, I think it's going to be maybe the next video, one of the next videos, we're going to talk about a learning curve, and how we kind of stop learning really fast, because in the beginning we don't understand anything. We just sit there and think, oh, I'm not going to get this. But we have an exponential learning curve. So the longer you stay with something, the more obvious it becomes how you just, how your knowledge and the way you think gets you in front of the competition. So we talk about this next time. I hope this video helped so far. Subscribe, comment, join our Facebook group. I'm looking for suggestions and so on, and I hope we can all get ourselves to a better place. Okay, bye.